Behind me, you can see the most beautiful palace in the old town of Kotor, and that is the Palace Prima. On the inscription, you can see that the palace was built in 17th century, actually after a strong earthquake, which happened in the year 1667. It was one very famous and very important family, but that family today does not exist anymore, and the palace now belongs to very famous family Lazarevich, also from Kotor. Above the entrance you can see coat of arms of that family and two angels, one of the left and one of the right side. In front of that palace, in front of me, you can see the other palace, very simple and very modestly. The palace is from 13th century. It was built by a very famous family, Bucha. From here you can see that the palace is divided into three parts. So this is the first, the second and the third. And in the first part of the palace there is Astoria Hotel and Restaurant, where you will have lunch a little bit later. So in the first part, yes, in the first part of this palace. On our way to the next square, you will see that in that building we have Hard Rock Shop. And also I will tell you, just please take a look around you. You will see that on almost every building inside in the old town we have something that we call as iron bars. You will see that on almost every building here. So people put those iron bars inside and outside of the walls just to make walls stronger in a case of some next earthquake.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you remember, I told you before that the last one was 44 years ago. Let's go to visit the next. No, today, no. Usually most of the palaces here, they are now private property. Yeah, there are a lot of those very important families from our history does not exist anymore. And I told you before, maybe 300 people live here inside in the old town, but we also have a lot of apartments. And the most expensive apartments are situated in the old town, because it is old town, that's why it is very expensive. Yep. Thank
So
you.
you have a lot of interesting workshops and souvenir shops, but
Yes.
after in your free time, okay?
Okay.
Also, Hard Rock Cafe is here.
Oh, Hard Rock Cafe.
This one,
Hard Rock Cafe.
Cafe, hot rock.
Hard Rock Cafe. Hello.
Nha, makan kat Uman.
Ora se ne sa tu del ieri, samo ga ujutro klikni da
let's
vidiš.
go now after you. Radiš i nadvor, da ide gore do...
Da, ali 15 eura. Da, znaš da su digli cijenu u zadnjih
15
par
eura
dana.
za da ideš do gore.
Jeste, 15 eura. Bilo je
A gdje se plaća to ako neko
od
hoće?
sjevernih strana.
A, tamo.
You will have your free time if you would like to take some photos, to buy something, to go to the hard rock shop, so it will be your decision. So on this square we have a Catholic cathedral dedicated to Saint Stephen. So I will tell you that the first cathedral dedicated to Saint Stephen was built in the year 809. One Venetian ship with the relics of Saint Stephen came here in this town Kotor because there was a huge storm. But when the storm calmed down, they wanted to continue with their trip, but then storm raised up again for the second time. So for the second time they decided to stay here, and for people from here it was something like a sign that relics wanted to stay here and to be here in this town Kotor. In that time here lived one very rich and very famous man, Andrea Saracenis was his name. He bought the relics and he ordered construction of the first church. So the first church dedicated to Saint Tryphon was built in the year 809, but by the time the pool became bigger and the residents they wanted to have bigger church, that's why they decided to build this one behind me, much bigger. So that one cathedral behind me was built in the year 1166 or in 12th century. So this is a Catholic cathedral and it was built from beautiful white stone which was brought here from Korčula, and Korčula is an island in Croatia. So during your free time, if you would like to go inside, you have to pay the entrance, which is 4 euros, because up there is a museum, and in that museum up there we keep the relics of Saint Tryphon and also some other saints. Also on the cathedral, so this is a sign that I need my coffee, third coffee.
Yeah.
On the cathedral you can see this year, 2016, that year represents a year when we had the last restoration works on this cathedral. Also from here you can see that the bell towers on the cathedral, they are not the same, because the original bell towers from the year 1166, they were destroyed in the huge earthquake which happened in 17th century. And after that people decided to make new bell towers. But when they finished this one with a clock, which is more beautiful and 2 meters higher, they saw that they didn't have enough money for the second bell tower. That's why this second bell tower is a little bit simple.
But do they have bell there? Still got bell?
What did you say?
Is it the bell tower got bell?
Yes, it has. Yeah, everything now works on electricity.
I see.
One more time to tell you, during your free time, the entrance is 4 euros. Let's go to visit the next square where we have a maritime museum.